What's up guys, it's me Jeremy, and after playing Ekko for a bit on the PB, I'm here to give you my thoughts on a couple of things that I noticed about League's newest champion. Let's get started. Starting with his kit. His passive is pretty cool. It's kind of like Vayne's Silver Bolts, but giving him movement speed and slowing the target on it is really nice, so his passive seemed to be quite strong, but it didn't really last for that long, so occasionally it was a little bit difficult to proc. His Q was his main source of poke, and although it can potentially proc 2 charges of his passive, his Q actually did a lot less damage than I expected. And although the slow is nice, I was really just hoping this skill would do a little bit more damage. And because of that, his wave clear is extremely poor, which is honestly pretty lame. I think if he had good wave clear, he would be a lot stronger in a solo lane. His W actually seemed to be pretty bad at first, since it's fairly easy to dodge the stun with quite a long delay on it. But despite the 3-second delay for the skill, the radius of the stun is only visible by your opponents for like a second or maybe a second and a half before it goes off. It's kind of similar to Veigar. That being said, the ability is still pretty lame since the delay is still kind of long and you have to be in the stun area to proc it, so it makes it quite easy to outplay and difficult to work with, and extremely difficult to hit overall, to the point where the skill can sometimes feel completely useless. However, if you do land the stun, the payoff is huge, since the stun itself lasts for a bit over 2 seconds, making it have a lot of inherent power, and I think it can be really strong if you combo it with some crowd control from an ally or something like that. His E is pretty powerful and covers more distance than it would actually first appear, so it's really good for chasing and makes his chase potential phenomenal. And if you hit his Q twice, it can combo for a decent burst of damage with his passive. I like this skill a lot actually, and the mobility makes him really fun to play, and his passive quite easy to proc most of the time, at least if you can hit your Q. And lastly his ultimate, and oh man, is this thing so freaking cool. It's just so cool, and it does quite a bit of damage too, while giving him some awesome survivability with the utility on it. However, I found that the damage portion of this ultimate was extremely difficult to land, and due to the fact that it accounts for almost 50% of his total burst DPS inherently, it can be very difficult to set up and is completely useless when chasing. However, you can pull off some really amazing turnaround fights with it and some crazy baits, and so it can be really powerful, but it just requires a lot of setup and strategy. And so overall, he seems to be a solo laner or a jungler kind of champion. He can play a role quite similar to Diana, but with more utility and less damage. I played him a little bit in the bot lane with the footage that you'll see here, simply because no one on my team wanted to play AD carry and I really wanted to play Ekko, so I ended up taking heal, but I think he really benefits a lot from Ignite since his damage is kind of lacking. His lack of wave clear is actually kind of lame too, and makes his mid laning not that strong, and his lack of sustain makes his jungling a little bit difficult, and his ultimate and stun make him extremely hard to play. The mechanics and strategy needed to set up his kit is quite high, and so he probably won't be a very good solo queue champion at all. The pros, however, will likely be able to make something work with him, as can a dedicated player, but Ekko is not the kind of champion that you can pick up in just a few games and be proficient on. I initially expected him to be played in kind of an assassin-ish role for his chase potential, but his damage is honestly really just lacking if you can't land your ultimate, so he seems to be more of a utility bruiser who could make a lot of use with a more tanky build. With that said, I think he actually has quite a lot of potential to actually succeed as a top laner, since his ultimate interactions with teleport are quite useful, and using his ultimate for map movements such as getting back to lane is actually not that bad, and is quite strong when you buy fast or have home guards. I don't think he's overpowered, but he's really cool and really unique, and I think he has quite a bit of potential if you can have a team composition that helps him and synergizes well with him, since his utility is really strong if you can set it up properly. Anyways, my name is Jeremy, and that's it for my video on my thoughts on the new champion. Hey guys, it's me Jeremy. Thanks for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, definitely make sure to hit that like button so I can tell, and if you're interested, definitely check me out on all the socials, of which you can see over there. And if you really enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe for some more awesome content in the future, as well as you can check out some of my other videos up here and over there. Anyways, that's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching, and of course, I'll see you guys next time.